NBP kickoff. We're about to set last game of the week with Johnny Mal's Johnny's Rottens taking on Tons of Fun's Terrible Ghouls. I am NBP commentator and broadcast journalist Stymie, here to give you all the action live. Looks like we're going to start things off with a riot, and both teams are going to lose a turn. So looks like the Ghouls are going to start off on offense with Johnny Mal's Johnny Rottens playing defense. Thanks for tuning in here. This is another great NBP-Pro match. Last one of the week one. This is season 6, week 1. This is our last matchup here that has yet to happen, which is it's taking place in our Saltworks division, between the Rottens and the Terrible Ghouls. So let's get things started. So looks like right off the bat we've got a little zombie action here. He's coming up and he's gonna base this Nurgle warrior here. See if we're gonna see a mighty blow hit from Titus Postmortem, and we are. No POW though. So right off the bat, just a push. Alright, I apologize for the silence there, folks. I was just getting situated here. I'm wondering why it's telling me I'm disconnected from the chat. Nope, that's not right. Well, hopefully you guys can see what's going on here. I'm not sure if Twitch is giving me shit right now, or if it's actually working. Let's hear. Alright, it does look okay. Looks like I'm on air now, so that's good here.
They're getting up close and
so what do we got? A skull re-rolling into a POW. Looks like Brian the Impaler is going to lay it down on Henry Rollins, and Henry Rollins is injured. No mighty blow boxcars, but a long-term effect, losing a Nurgle warrior potentially. And he's okay, folks, so we're only going to lose him for this drive. So that looks like the beauty of regen working here. We got 2 regen teams going head-to-head with the Necromantic team and the Nurgle team. We're going to see a Flesh Golem hit on the Beast. Trying to connect to the stream chat, but Twitch is being pretty useless in that regard, so hopefully we've got some people tuning in. Hopefully we'll see some chats, but if not, that's alright too. We'll still record it for posterity. So looks like the Beast of Nurgle is coming in here to provide an assistance. Uh-oh, no block. What does he do? And okay, alright. Yes, already a Kaz. Kami, we had a turn 1 Kaz taking the Nurgle warrior off the pitch, but he was okay. He regened, so Johnny is only going to be without that player for the remainder of this drive, however long that goes. Very interesting move here. Let's see if we got some stud. We got a werewolf with tackle and block and movement up. We got a strength up, mighty blow. Nurgle warrior. That's pretty sick. A strength 5 Nurgle warrior with mighty blow. Yes, indeed. And actually looks like, and we have a strength 5, was that Flesh Golem as well. So a lot of interesting plays. We got a guard. We got guard on the Beast of Nurgle, which is an excellent choice because you're going to want to base up as many people as possible, and being able to do that. Here we go with a blitz. Here comes the blitz now. I'm just going to get a push on Quintus Hades, and ooh, it's a Rotter zombie showdown. I like it. I like it. They have the same skill sets, just the... Oh, nope, the Rotters have better agility, it looks like. And, of course, the differences in DK with no regen versus regen on the zombies parts. So, very interesting. Kind of got him penned in here. Nurgle, of course, is a control team, so expect to see a lot of bunching and a lot of columning on Jonnys' part to try to keep the Necromantic squad in play. The Necromantic squad probably has the best overall movement amongst the regen teams, owing to the fact that they can have both ghouls and, of course, those werewolves, which have ridiculous movement, especially one with a movement 9. So that's 11 spaces that werewolf can move, and they can create some real problems. Looks like we're picking up some viewers now, so I want to thank everybody for joining and checking out NBP-Pro.com. Season 6, Week 1, the last game of the week here. As I said, taking place in our Saltworks in the Ardent Followers Conference. So, a storied division here in NBP. One that's produced a lot of champions, actually. Formerly, they're no longer in this division, but formerly Midway Monsters division, I believe, and he is a former champion. So, very interesting. Right off the bat, it looks like he's trying to... looks like Wheely's trying... Or, excuse me, Tons. Wheelie. Tons of Fun is trying to... I apologize, Tons. I did not mean to confuse you for Wheelie. So it looks like he's trying to isolate this Pestigore and the oh, East Bay Ray. I like it. I like Jonnys. Now that's a team name. These are Punk Luminaries. Let's see if I can come up with most of them. Obviously, East Bay Ray is from the Dead Kennedys. Ian McKay is from Fugazi, I believe. I do not know. Let's see who else we got here. Stig, not familiar with him. Greg Ginn, is that Black Flag? Colin Abraham, not familiar with at all. Waddy Buchan, HR, and of course Sid Vicious. I guess Johnny's Rottens would not exist without Sid Vicious. But where's Johnny Rotten? You can tell me we have Johnny's Rottens and we don't have Johnny Rotten on Johnny's Rottens? I don't really know how I feel about that. So it currently holds all the champions in the Ardent Followers Conference. So we're still waiting for that first Euro champion to lay the gauntlet down and prove that they're better than the American champions who have won so far. That would be Coach Demented, the first and only to this point 3-time MVP champion, and Midway Monster, a 2-time MVP champion. I know I'm not the only one who wants to see some fresh blood. No offense to those guys who are great coaches and great competitors, but I think it's time we see some fresh blood. So, pretty aggressive move right here on Tun's part. Knocked down the wall here, gets his werewolf in position to score. He could totally score on next turn. I don't know if you'll see him try to wait a little bit longer to stall out. I could totally see him trying to tie up these Nurgle pieces and then putting that werewolf out of position. But we'll see here. Looks like a little block on block, so no nothing done there. So here we go, turn 3 for Johnny's Rottens. He's got some players who can contend, but it's not going to be easy. I mean, right now he could definitely blitz with his Beast of Nurgle if he could get rid of this Tomb Beetle. So no, he's not going anywhere. But I could see a Pestigore. Well, he can't reach there either. Pretty good positioning for Tons of Fun. I'm not sure if... I mean, you could definitely do some dodge action, but that seems pretty risky. But he does have a Pestigore here with Agility 3 that can Horns Blitz 2-die. So I would expect Johnny to try that. Although he has a tackle piece here, so well, that's not really going to make a difference because I don't think his Pestigore has dodge, does he? No, he does not. His Pestigore does not have dodge. So push back here. So let's see. be interesting to see if he goes aggro and tries to blitz the ball carrier, or if he merely tries to get some bodies on that ball. So, goes across here. Pestigore tries to get a 3-on-1. You'll probably see a hit from, yep, just as I expected, Colin Abraham. Is that his name? Stand firm, great skill. So he's not going anywhere, but not a ton of movement for the Flesh Golem. So now he's really not going anywhere for the next turn. But like I said, if I had to predict the movement that I would make, probably would be, yep, there you go. Now he's going to base that, base the Werewolf with the Beast of Nurgle. He's got tentacles, of course, so that makes it difficult to get away from him. And I do fully expect to see Ian McKay with the blitz. No, I guess not. He's just content to play it safe, and he's probably going to hit, not follow up, and then I can see him getting another base on that Werewolf with that player there, though I don't really think he's going to have the movement that he wants. He could take the GFI 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to take the double GFIs to get there. I don't know if I expect him to take 2 GFIs. He does have 1 reroll left only on turn 3. With Nurgle, you probably don't want to burn up your rerolls that early, owing to the fact that not a lot of guys can carry the ball. AG3 is the best agility that you've got on your Pestigores. So, pretty solid turn for Johnny. He removed all his pieces, got him moved up the field so that they can capitalize. Granted, the Werewolf still can get away with tentacles, which I admit I'm not 100% on how tentacles works as far as 2d6 adding their strength and then subtracting the tentacles player's strength. So then there's a 5 or less, then they do not break the tentacle. But it doesn't put you down. If you fail the tentacle, you don't lose your turn or anything. It's not a turnover. You just don't escape. You're unable to get away. But it looks like he does have his free claw. Well, werewolves have claw to begin with, but he does have his free piece. He can go around here and crack the Beast of Nurgle, which I fully expect to see. Now that he has 2 bases, he can at least get a 1-die with Logan Fangless here. Which is, I don't know why he's Fangless. Looks like he's got fangs to me, but what the hell do I know? I haven't studied that character model that deeply to determine if he's fangless or not. I've never seen the Disturbing Presence that color before. It's blue instead of red. Can you choose your Disturbing Presence color? Oh, Ian McKay is down, folks. Pestigore down. That's a miss next game so far. And it's going to stay that way, folks. That's a regen fail right off the bat. Losing one of your Pestigores to a miss next game, that's tough. He still has a couple Pestigore, but that's still, anytime you have to play your next game light a piece, that's usually not a good time. And gets the 1 on the regeneration. Absolutely solid there. Ah, blue for friendly, red for opposing. Well, interesting. But shouldn't it be red? Because right now it's Tun's turn. So he doesn't have Disturbing Presence, does he? There's no Disturbing Presence on a Necromantic team, is there? Ooh! Ooh! 1 rerolling 1 after a 1 for the regen. And now we're probably going to see a hit on that werewolf. Tough going there, even with the 2 bases. Because of the strength 5, it was still only a 5 strength. He expected he would get the push, the power, the stumble, and be able to free up. But we'll see. No, they're still blue. I think Johnny did something. Maybe you can change your colors and it affects. This is the first time I've ever seen Disturbing Presence being blue. At least on this turn it makes sense because now it's the Nurgle team's turn, but before that doesn't make any sense to me. Rerolls. Is he gonna get? If he gets this Flesh Golem down, I would expect to potentially see a foul. Not if you're going to push him back like that, because now you just lost all your assists, so probably not. But I do expect the Beast, I do expect Mark and Black Tusk to get punched by Stig Nasty. I do expect Stig Nasty to do that. Oh no, here we go. Smart man, saving his Beast and Nurgle, instead just get the cute eye with the Rodder, who's got the block and the guard. Probably pushes him back, yep, and keeps him followed up. I totally can see that there. Interesting. Interesting, Conley. I've never seen it blue. Even when I've played as a Nurgle team, I don't know that I've seen it blue, but who knows? Maybe it's just one of those artifacting glitches that we like to see so much of. Ah, yes, the Rodder to avoid the very stupid. So you figure you might as well just blitz with him. Solid point. But it doesn't matter, because if this Beast of Nurgle is anything like the Cuttlefish of Cthulhu, Stig Nasty and Cuttlefish must be brothers, so I fully expect more very stupids to occur in this match. Alright, so here we go. Looks like we got ourselves quite a little party here. We got the Beast and Nurgle, we got Greg Jin, and we got the She-Wolf, all pretty much surrounding Mark and Black Tusk, Tomb Beetle, and Yingov the Handsome. So I expect that's where most of the action is going to take place this turn. So, alright, looks like he's going to get this Rodder down. So, no stun, no knockout there. Be interesting to see what he does here. I would suspect you want to get that werewolf free, so you're probably going to want to do something about that Beast of Nurgle. But before that, you're going to have to do something about that Rodder. So I could see Tomb Beetle taking the Rodder down, and then him blitzing with Black Tusk and running away, presuming he gets the results of the dice that he wants. So, let's see here. First things first, and that's correct, just like I suspected there. Now, will he blitz with Black Tusk, or will he blitz with somebody else? I would blitz with Black Tusk because I'd love to get a claw hit on that 9 AV Nurgle, but no, he chooses instead to stand up and blitz with his Flesh Column and take down another Pestigor. Ooh, that is going to be rough, folks. If that Pestigor misses next game... Oh! 2 Pestigors down for Jonnys Rottens. And those Pestigors are not going to be playing in Week 2, ladies and gentlemen. That is a tough blow for the Nurgle team to deal with, because now those are the most versatile players on your team. 1, you can Horns Blitz. 2, they have Agility 3. So they're going to be the ones that you want to carry the ball, and they've got more movement. And that score right off the bat. Early score, of course, the camera is placed right behind a big pole for no discernible reason. So quick score right off the bat. Interesting. I guess Tons is thinking he's got the injury game going his way. He knows he's going to be, up, so maybe he thinks that he can use his movement and his pieces to regain possession and put this one out of reach. We'll go ahead and flip the viewpoint here, because now Johnny Mao is going to be receiving the ball with 4 turns to score. That is enough turns to score, and he still has Joey Ramone Pestigor, which looks like to be his dedicated ball-carrying Pestigor, owing to his 2 heads and his extra arms. So the extra arms is going to give him a +1 on pickups, which essentially makes him an AG4 for pickup purposes. And these 2 heads is going to essentially make him an AG4 for dodging purposes. So I fully expect Joey Ramone to be the dedicated ball carrier for Jonnys Rottens. He must have been on the bench. Yeah, I believe he was on the bench to start the game. Probably did not want to have him because of how valuable he potentially is. So even though he's down, he still has 2 Pestigor, which is pretty amazing. His full accompaniment of Nurgle Warriors and the Beast. So we absolutely have ourselves a game here, and Johnny does get the ball at the half. So if Johnny can manage to use these 4 turns up, punish some of the terrible Ghouls players, and score one, then he's putting himself in pretty great position to pull this one out. Of course, on Tons' part, he's going to want to protect his pieces. Yes, a score you don't want to see happen, but the last thing you want to see is any of your positionals go down. Your werewolves, your flesh golems, they are incredibly valuable pieces, and you probably do not want to put them in harm's way if you can avoid it, especially since this is week 1, folks. So any type of permanent or serious injuries are going to create a lot of problems for the team that has to deal with it, because we do not have our call-ups until the mid-season break. So you have to play 4 games with your team before you can call up your mid-season players. Of course, this is the the 3rd season in our 2nd set, so the 6th season overall, and that will mean, because there's no end-of-season call-up, because these teams will be going to Legend Ladder at the end of the season, that you get 2 mid-season call-ups. So anybody out there interested, make sure to check out nbp-pro.com if you're interested in our bylaws. You'll find that we have a lot of interesting stuff there, and the way we run our league and the way it's structured is pretty unique as far as Blood Bowl 2 leagues go, PS4 or otherwise. Looks like we're getting Wheelie's predicting a Nurgle Beast touchdown for a 1-1 tie at the half. That should be pretty interesting. Here we go. Big boot. And Get the Ref is canceled, folks. The Squig Sandwich Stand is saying no bribes, ladies and gentlemen. So that's unfortunate, because I love fouling. I like to see, within reason, I should say. But I, as a commentator with no stake in the game, because I no longer coach a team, I want to see as much blood as possible. I'm bloodthirsty. I'm psychopathic. I want to see bodies stack up, especially pixelated ones. So right off the bat, we see the Nurgle Warrior take a hit on Quintus Hades, who is a journey zombie, so we don't really care what's going to happen to him. Looks like Sid Vicious picks the ball up first. Are we going to see a backwards pass to Joey Ramone? Call me crazy, but I would assume you would have picked the ball up with your 2-headed extra-armed player, not your straight-up Agility 3 skillless player. Oh, he's 5 of 6. I know what he's going to do. We're going to see a vanity pass, folks, probably next turn, if I suspected as much. I expect we're going to see a vanity pass to the extra arms, which because it works on pickup, catch, or intercept. So you definitely think that will happen. Here we go. Looks like we're going to get another hit, Strength 5 hit on the Strength 4 Golem. Now, is he going to backtrack and double GFI to form the corner of that cage? Or is he going to be content to just screen it out? He does have people to make the cage. There you go. As I say, he can hit with the Beast and Nurgle. Go forward. Oh, here we go. Here we go. And Edmund the Scavenger is knocked out. Mighty Blow coming into effect. But just a knockout, which, it is what it is. But I personally would have liked to see some sort of crippling or debilitating injury. But, you can't always get what you want, folks. I would expect him to make that corner with Greg Jin. And, yep, just as I expected. So now, safe at the moment cage for Johnny's Rottens as they ponder. Pretty deep cage, though. I mean, yeah, your Pestigors do have the decent movement, but you're only going to have 3 turns to get down that pitch, so I don't really know. He's going to have to get pretty aggressive with his movements in order to try to get a score in the first half. He's in the disturbing presence, though, so he's going to have to watch himself. Oh, wait, no, never mind. It's his disturbing presence. Never mind. He's disturbed by his own presence, ladies and gentlemen. So Johnny can vanity pass to his heart's content because he's in his own disturbing presence. Tommy likes that one. Sometimes I get a little too excited, folks. And sometimes, I act like Trip Collins would. Ooh, East Bay Ray goes down. That is another Nurgle Warrior down. Will he be down or will he be up? And he's okay, folks. He's okay. The Nurgle Warriors are pretty unstoppable. That's the second injury, second successful regen for a Nurgle Warrior. So pretty good luck so far on the Nurgle Warriors. Pestigors haven't really been faring too well, but pretty good. Hello, it's Cramp, and welcome to the chat. If you play on PS4, buddy, we absolutely would love to have you join nbp-pro.com. Check out our website, throw in an application or an invitation, and we'd be more than happy to welcome you to the league. We're always looking for new coaches. We're always expanding and trying to, as we make our mark here on PS4 Blood Bowl. And thank you so much for watching. Excellent. Absolutely. It's Cramp. Well, we've got a pretty vibrant league. We've got a developmental league where you can play pickup games with other coaches. Of course, we have our pro leagues. And hopefully at some point we will have a proving grounds kicking off. That's, of course, our farm league that allows people to try to make their bones, so to speak, to see if they can earn a shot into pro. So we'd be more than happy to help you there if we've got a spot open, which I believe we may do. Oh, another really stupid. Man, the beasts of Nurgle have not been doing so great this week, folks. So, and we got a big hit. And as I said before in the other chat, next week we've got a pretty cool announcement upcoming for a potential new event that we might be running here in NBP, so that might be something you might want to take a look at. Hasn't been announced yet, no information, just, we don't want to tip our hat quite yet, which our cards, I guess. We tip our hats all the time. But we do have some pretty great stuff planned here for Season 6 and beyond, here in Nuffle Be Praised. So there you go, Johnny's going forward. Smart move there. I expect to see Sid Vicious probably go within the safety between this Nurgle Warrior, and yep, probably see him screen off there. Absolutely. He still has the 2 Pestigors, so do we see the backwards pass? I imagine we got to see the backwards pass. You're going to want your ball carrier to be Joey Ramone most likely, and he still has the reroll should the 1 happen. Alright, maybe not. I think he just wants to get SPP for Sid Vicious, but he could have just done a vanity pass to Joey Ramone to get him the level up. Johnny's a strange bird. We love him. One of our founding coaches here at NBP and the president of our sister league, the GFCL. So we love Johnny around here, but he's definitely a free spirit, and I can't figure out what he's planning. He'd rather have the ball in his skillless Pestigor's hands than the hands of his Pestigor that has both 2 heads and extra arms. But like I said, folks, do not listen to me because I am a terrible Blood Bowl coach, which is why I am now the commentator and no longer an active coach. So here we go, get a blitz off hand. He's going to go, oh, it's going to stay up there. He really has a thing for this Quintus Hades. So pretty good job tying up. He's got plenty of opportunity to score because he can go 6 and 6, so he can score without GFI so far. I believe so, 3, 6, yeah, or he'll only need 1. 6. Yep, he can score with that 1 GFI, presuming he maximizes all that movement. But I kind of feel like I would be worrying about those werewolves that are just playing deep safety right now. Johnny knows he's not going to be able to just move up on them immediately without going into a double claw situation. So let's see here. We'll see if we expect to see a corner blitz on the corner of this cage so he can start putting some pressure. Pressure down so far. He comes to help his buddy. He comes to help there. Expect you might see a flesh golem attack backwards into leaving. That would leave that corner open potentially. Although the same works on the other side as well. So now he's got a body on that Pestigor. Take a look at chat here. Dr. Stymie. I like it. I like it. I am also disturbed by my own presence many a time. Here we go here, and looks like we got another hit on, he's gonna blitz, that's gonna free him up. Yeah, he's gonna get his base in on there, so we're all in here. Real clustered matchup here. All the players in a very short piece of time, but he's gonna create another safety here, which is a smart move play because his ghoul will have movement to move laterally and potentially make a play on the ball. should Johnny
That's
advance.
a holding maneuver, if ever I saw one.
Pretty interesting. Johnny's gonna have to make a lot of hits, to get his Pestigore free, but he can do it. I believe anyone can do it. It's Johnny or any of our great coaches here at MVP. So it'll be interesting to say. We called quite a lot of matches. I think this might be a record for the number of opening week matches we've streamed and broadcast. Even between the ones I've called, I think we probably streamed about 10 or 11 of them totally. I know I streamed about 6 or 7, 5 or 6, I'm not sure. And I know 2 or 3 were streamed by the coaches themselves. So pretty awesome here, you know. We do what we can to try to set us apart from other leagues out there. Here comes another hit, and it looks like Brian the Impaler is going to stay on his feet. That's a vicious piece. A strength 5 with mighty blow. You love that. Kind of reminds me of good old Homestar Runner. Chaos Warrior. Not to be confused with Homestar Runner, the runner. Yes, I had 2 Homestar Runners. Sue me. I think it was 2 Homestar Runners. I can't even remember. Somebody in the chat will correct me about my own team. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it was Strong Bad or Strong Mad. Pretty sure. Could have been. I had a hell of a team. They didn't win, but man, they were a hell of a team. So freeing up those bases there, and it looks like Sid Vicious is no longer based, so I think, if I know better, he's going to sweep out here and maybe... But he's got to go forward, so I don't know that he can realign himself on the left side of the pitch unless he goes vertical with Johnny Ramone for the purposes of catching a pass from Sid Vicious. There we go. Let's see Horns Blitz action on the strength 5. So he gets the 2 die because it's a strength 4 with 2 bases on there. He's down, but not stunned. It's very hard to get a Flesh Golem off the pitch, owing to their AV9. So that's why you wanna you want some Mighty Blow, you want some Claw if you can get it. If your team has the ability to do that, which I don't think the Rodder, I don't think Nurgle doesn't. Oh yeah, you have mutation access, right? I know the Beast and the Pestigore. Let's see some freaking Claw. I'm sorry, I love Claw. I love Claw so much, I use it against AV7, and it's pointless. It's like a placebo. Good movement there from Johnny. He's posted up and he's in scoring range. Li Ving has been knocked out. Player is unavailable. Johnny's going to have 2 turns and he's going to have to do a GFI no matter what because he is 8 away. He's going to have to do 2 GFIs? Oh yeah, he's going to have to do 2 GFIs, but he still has a reroll. But that's going to be if that Pestigore still holds the ball. I definitely think Tons is going to do everything he can to get him down, which, I mean, why wouldn't you? Even a push backwards, a single push backwards is going to put him out of scoring range. Oh, he ain't scoring now, folks. Sid Vicious has been stunned, and I do not believe Johnny's got any other pieces that have the movement. So it looks like that's going to be the end of a potential scoring drive for Johnny. So now his strategy may shift to trying to squeeze the tie out and eat up the whole second half because he's not going to score this turn, or this half, excuse me. So it looks like we can get another base here. It looks like Mike Muir is going to get cracked probably by either Brian the Impaler or Aerosnot. What exactly is an Aerosnot? Wow. Assuming it's one of those high cyanide names. Remember, folks, if you don't rename your team, we will publicly shame you. So, I'm pretty sure Tun's team is not renamed, judging by looking at these names. So, shame. Shame. Well, he was not able to get Mike Muir on the ground, so he is still standing there. And I feel like if you run a Nurgle team and you name them after punk rock luminaries and you don't name them after a member of the Misfits, what are you really doing? I mean, can we get a straw poll in the chat? I feel like we should have one Jerry only, Glenn Danzig, something out of this Nurgle team. Just a minor quibble though, because Johnny did name the team, so I'm okay with that. So this is gonna be the last turn of the first half here. So Johnny's probably just thinking about how we could potentially get some players off the pitch, or injure somehow. Well, he's not gonna do it off that. Because that's going to be a block. Oh, he rerolls it to the POW! One reroll die to the POW. Yes, Scary Bonely. Scary Bonely would be amazing. He's getting up there in age. He does look kind of bony, too. From what I've seen.
That one's got fists bigger than ham joints.
Scary Bonely. I like it. That's like a Mutant League football name. That's so good. That's so good. We might have to retain you, Jim Sardonic, to rename some teams that other coaches don't want to. We won't pay you, though. By retain you, I mean we just tell you to do things and we don't pay you any money. That's how we do things here at NBT. So, ooh, lot of POWs, but not a lot of removal. This Nurgle team is hitting like a bunch of Nances. So, oh, Nances, get it, Sid, Nancy. All right, I'll just see myself out. So we reached halftime, folks. 0-1, Johnny Mao, Johnny's Rottens against Tons of Fun's Terrible Ghouls. Here in our Ardent Followers Conference, Salt Works Division, Season 6, Week 1 here at Nuffle Be Praised. Great wake up there, so it looks like we're going to have the full strength of both teams as far as the players that are not injured on the pitch, except I don't think we have another... Nope, we have one knockout over here that did not wake up, leaving and knockout. So Johnny might be down a couple of players, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it looks like Johnny's down a single player versus the full accompaniment of necromantic teams. So for those of us just joining us, make sure to check out nbp-pro.com for all your Nuffle Be Praised Blood Bowl needs. Like I said, we're in our 6th season here. This is the last season of the cycle. Before Season 7, we'll kick off a brand new cycle of 1,000 TV teams. Because that's kind of what we think we should do, because we feel like it gets a little too bloaty after that. So here we go again with the kickoff. Perfect defense for the Ghouls. So that's a boon. So they can reload and kind of overload this one side if they wanted to. Looks like he's just content to switch out his flesh golems. Interesting movement there. Now, will we see Johnny pick the ball up with Joey Ramone? I thought for sure we would have seen a vanity pass from Sid Vicious to Joey Ramone, but what do I know? Again, not very much. We all know what they say about Theory Bowl. You know, when you're watching, it's super easy to suggest the next move that should happen, but when you're playing, you don't really have that luxury. Sometimes you don't see things, and of course that time limit ticking down is definitely something that to keep an eye out. So, man, I gotta say, these for a bunch of punks, these Nurgle warriors, they sure can't hit worth a crap. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Quintus Hades. He's stunned at least. We're probably gonna see Greg Jin move over to help the Beast of Nurgle, so that he gets the assist. Yep, just like I suspected, and we'll probably see the Beast of Nurgle throw a blitz. And another really stupid! You know, Stick Nasty saw the Cuttlefish of Cthulhu's performance last night and said, hold my beer. Or hold my gelatinous thing that Beast of Nurgles like to hold. I don't know. But basically, he is actually outperforming the Cuttlefish of Cthulhu in terms of terribleness, and I don't even think that was possible. So here we go with a blitz off here. East Bay Ray is going to crack onto Ulrich, the Unrivaled. I've met a couple Ulrichs in my day, and they've been pretty rivaled. But unfortunately, because of the block, he is not going down. Pushes, but does not follow up. Very, very interesting to see what he's going to do here.
The ball is in the player's hands. What next?
Well, I think you should do agility, Wheelie. I think we need some more agility teams next season, especially with 1,000 TV. You won't be going up against so many killer teams. There it is, and that's going to be a level up for our boy Sid Vicious. And Joey Ramone is now our ball carrier. He looks to be mostly protected, but I feel like because of how deep the Wolves are, they're not going to be able to crash the back corner of that cage. If he had those Wolves a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, he'd be able to take advantage and potentially capitalize, but also be putting himself potentially out of position. So now comes the thing, is Johnny going to try to grind for the tie, or is he going to try to score ASAP and then maybe get himself a defensive calamity to pull the 2-1 out? Now for Tons' part here, now that he's in the lead, all he has to do is play that defense. But he might also be thinking he doesn't want to put up with a turn 8 score either, or turn 16 score, so I can see him getting pretty aggressive. Alright, East Bay Ray is knocked out. That's the second time East Bay Ray has been removed from the pitch. This time it's just a knockout. Earlier it was an injury that he managed to regen from. So that's nine players down for Johnny. I tell you, boy, these Nurgle players, they're having a rough time this week. These Nurgle Warriors. Yeah, I think Elf Pro Blitzers are incredibly annoying, really, because of their starting skills. I absolutely can't stand them, and they're very frustrating to play against. So I'd like to see an Elven Union team get in there. I do love my Chaos, Jim Sardonic, so that would be a good choice as well. But so would Elves, you know. I want to see some more agility. That's me personally, and not just skating. All right, so looks like so pretty conservative turn from Tons there on his Ghouls. He's content to just base and play that defense and respond to whatever would potentially be coming up. I'd love to see another attempted attack with the Beast of Nurgle, and let's see if he can break that really stupid record. He's on 3 right now. One more really stupid would break the Cuttlefish's record for week 1. Oh, we're not gonna see it. But it looks like this guy's going down.
I'm excited, Jim.
Wow. Wow, even the zombies have decent armor. Stuns the Titus post-mortem. I think we'll see him crack on, take a hit onto Titus Kane from Waddy Buckin. The lead singer of The Exploited? Waddy Buckin? Am I wrong there? I'm probably way wrong. It just sounds familiar to me. I admit I don't know about half of these punk luminaries. People could be doing Google Foo in the background and providing me. If I had an unpaid intern, that's what he'd be doing right now. He'd be handing me little sheets of paper telling me where these names are coming from, and I would berate him during the commercial breaks. Alright, so, man, let's see some flippin' blood already. I mean, I know we have a couple injuries on the Nurgle side, but these frickin' Necro team they're pretty tough. They don't want to go down. They don't care about nothing. So here we go, great kickoff, turn 10. He's got relative safety there with this formation. I call it like the flying Y, almost. If you just count these 3 players, I wouldn't count these 2 because then what I said makes literally no sense. But that's what we're gonna go with. So still playing deep safety. And it looks like he's gonna move his players over. Doesn't want to move them all over though. He's probably gonna want to keep somebody on that side of the field so that Johnny can't change position and flow across the other side of the field. Hey, that's our first foul appearance, which is kind of remarkable. You'd think we would have seen one foul appearance earlier than turn 10. but that's because the Beast of Nurgle has been sucking up all those ones. Taking good care to think about what he's going to do with his follow-up move here.
You know, this reminds me of the time you got born and chained all the goblin technicians together to create a living mace.
Oh, yeah. Now that was a weapon of mass reconstruction.
There we go.
He's coming to help his buddy. That's
Gonna throw a blitz on Sid Vicious from Tomb Beetle. That'll allow him, if he so chooses, to either double GFI and base the corner, or just be content to leave it there. Yep. Pretty solid defense so far from Tons. Wow, throws the one die, gets the POW, or the stumble, which... Pretty close quarters action for this game. Not a lot of spreading out. A lot of scrumming and punching and just stacking each other up. So it'll be interesting to see what Johnny does here in order to try to give himself the space he needs to move that ball down the pitch. Oh, foul appearance is a real problem. I know I've played the Scumdogs in Dev a number of times, and I couldn't hit any of them. Just as soon as it became a stakes game. Oh my gosh, folks! Brian the Impaler is dead. Brian the Impaler is dead. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And he's dead, folks! Brian the Impaler is dead. I apologize. I didn't mean to zoom in that much. I'm pretty excited, though. We've got ourselves a death. That is a hell of a piece to lose. Level 3... tackle, movement up, piece. But it looks like he had a... Did he have niggle? Oh, he's dead. No, that's just... That's the injury he has. He's dead. But a movement up... Losing a movement up tackle piece, that's significant. That's significant for the long-term health and impact of the terrible ghouls. So, I bet you Johnny's happy that his Nurgle Warriors decided just to frickin' show up, finally, and lay the boom on somebody. Well, now will that function as a momentum change? Yeah, I don't know how you kill something that's undead. I mean, you have to be pretty crappy as a necromancer if you can't bring back something that's already undead, right? That's what it would seem like to me. Nice. Sticks with the beast. Give himself some nice.
That's a solid formation. I want to see the opposing team have a go at the ball now. Come on, guys.
Block on block, not going anywhere.
Some blood in Blood Bowl.
The other white might be scared. It's interesting to see what the ghouls will do here. They're still kind of spread out, but they can get to the ball carrier. But he's not. He would not be able to get a. I think it would have to be a red die.
The attacker has an assist.
stun on Colin Abel Hall. Nice hit from Arrow Snot. It's got a base on Joey Ramone now.
The more the merrier.
Going to provide a strength assist. He's a strength 5 to 4 with that. Cancels out that mark. These two have just been blocking each other. Just a bunch of blockers. Nope, we see Werewolf come around to base. So now he's got two people to worry about. And he's still got Ulrich as a safety. Well, had Ulrich as a safety, but he still has Logan Fangless as a safety. So, yep, and that's the way he's going to use him there.
The player's fist is approximately the same size as his entire opponent.
See him trying to break free here. A little bit of a crease, but I don't know that he's going to want to leave his Pestigore open to getting hit by the Werewolf again. I could see a cool blitz though. I could see him blitzing. I could see him horns blitzing Logan Fangless with Joey Ramone. He would just have to succeed a dodge, which, I mean, he's got two heads. It's a +2.
They're getting up close and personal.
Succeed a +2 dodge, and you can horns blitz Logan, and then potentially, I mean, you'll still be able to get you because you're going to use all your movement to do that. So that's probably a terrible idea, but you know.
Is the assist going to be enough to come out on top?
Oh, here we go. This guy's finally going to get knocked over now. I really don't think he's that handsome, personally.
Might as well grab a feather and shove it up there.
Stand firm kicks in, but no armor break fail there, even with the mighty blow.
The carrier himself blocks. That's really risky.
Less pressure on the ball. It's a good move.
Not quite free. See him, he can go for a one die. Greg Ginn can hit, but he's got to stand firm, so, I mean, it's not really, he's not going to be able to unbase him, just knock him down. Very interesting. No, instead he goes after Edmund. Ooh, Edmund is hurt, folks. Edmund is hurt. Missed next game. But he's okay. He's okay, folks. He regenerated. So it looks like a couple successful regens and a couple failed regens for Johnny, and then one successful and one failed regen for Tons. So pretty interesting stuff so far. Bringing that werewolf down. Try to seal off the escape route there. I would expect to hit on the ball carrier. Yep.
They've left the ball carrier exposed. There could be a
Ball is on the pitch, although it's surrounded by a beast of Nurgle, and as well as some other players. Gets a mark here. Looks like Seditious is going to get hit again, but he's okay. Oh, he's going to push that onto the ball. Are we going to get a scatter? Oh, not quite a scatter. All right. Be interesting to see if he goes for it, dodges out with Ulrich, then dodges back in and then out again. But I mean that'd be a little absurd. He would need. I'm not even sure what he would need for that pickup, but he'd have to defeat Tentacles, and then he'd have to jump into a double base tackle zone and pick the ball up and then move out. That's something I would do, and it would either work if there was no stakes, or it would fail miserably if there were any stakes at all.
Fair fights can be so overrated. There's always room in sport for a scrap like this. Let's look at that thing.
Ooh, knockout.
Unmistakable sign of a
Yeah, that other white, you were right, really. That other white didn't want anything to do with this matchup. I think that was a pratfall. I think he just faked it. Dub Skulls gets the reroll. Hit Polish hammer on Titus postmortem. Oh, a hit on Titus Kane. So one of the two Titus brothers, I'm assuming they're brothers, is off the pitch. So it looks like the injury wagon has rolled over to tons of fun, and the Ghouls. That's gonna help Johnny out a little bit. Although he still has both flesh golems, both werewolves, and some ghouls, or some ghoul, I should say. So still. And this guy down here, what is he? A zombie. So still plenty of defensive options for the frightening. Is that the name? Frightening, terrifying, terrible ghouls. Terrible ghouls. Yeah, that's what we're going with. Terrible ghouls. Nana Peels. He gets the one on the dodge. Man, that chapped my ass. Exactly. He's like, but he's undead. Isn't he just undead again? I don't understand the rules of this game. I wouldn't have played if I thought I could have been hurt. Interesting. Here we go. Blitz.
Now it's just a simple matter of getting the ball at their
Gonna
feet.
get some revenge on Greg Gin.
It's never simple.
Probably gonna see Fangless pick that ball up.
Failure that cost his team.
Fails to pick up. Reroll. Succeeds. We'll switch the viewpoint for a turnover, just like in Madden. And he's going, folks. He's going for it. Johnny is going to have a hard time getting to that ball carrier. This guy ain't getting there. 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. He's not getting there. 2, 3. Potentially get there. Pretty good turn of events. He can still get there. Dodge out. Not if he dodges out. Nope, he's not going to have the movement to get there with this piece. Nope. It'll be tough. It'll be tough for Johnny to try to stop this score here. This could be lights out for Johnny's Rottens, week 1, potentially. Terrible Ghouls have set themselves up in a pretty good position to score. There's this SPP on that as well. 19 to 31. So they're quite a ways away for their next level up.
They've gone into the
He might just go for the corner blitz.
Should be good.
Be satisfied with getting somebody on there. Pick up Joey Ramone, and he just pressed. Oh, okay. Successful, really stupid. Yep. Now I wouldn't be surprised if you see a blitz from Henry Rollins hitting into Quintus Hades in the corner there. I would absolutely expect to see that. Yeah, I would agree. We would have had fouling if we didn't have that stupid squig sandwich stand that canceled out the free bribes that we all wanted to see. Dumb.
Oh dear. I hope that player has written
Any stadium enhancement that hurts violence is not good. It limits violence. I'm not a fan of. Ooh, he knocks out the werewolf, but I just think it's going to be too little, too late. Fangless has dodge, so he would need all he needs a 3 through 6. You know, just he just can't roll a 1 or a 2 back to back. But then again, this is Blood Bowl, and anything can happen at any moment. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, Tomb Beetle is dead, and he is dead because ghouls do not have regen. I repeat, ghouls do not have regen. So that is, even though, and he was 5 of 6, he was so close to a point. So even though Tons is in a good position to win this game, he just went up 2-up, that's going to seal the victory. There simply is not enough time for Johnny to even tie this game, let alone win it. So we're definitely looking at a victory here for the Ghouls, but not without cost. They're going to be going into week 2 without a white and without a Ghoul, and Johnny's going to be going into week 2 without 2 Pestigore, which is pretty interesting. Gets 1 knockup or gets 1 wake up. So, and he gets 2 wake ups, so he gets his wolf back, not really a huge deal. So now that the game is probably it's definitely out of Johnny's ability to come back. Now I want to see some spite foul. Because Johnny can't win, so you might as well try to wreck the team. Well, I have a terrible influence. I don't listen to me, folks. I just want to see fouling. But to foul, I mean, if you were the team that was winning and you were still fouling, that's kind of a dick move. But if you've killed 2 of your opponent's players, win or lose, if you keep fouling or even start fouling, I think that's kind of a dick move. But neither team has fouled to this point, so it's probably not going to happen. So it looks like Tons is playing just in case there's an add turn riot, and somehow Johnny can score in 2 turns, then another add turn riot, and then he gets the ball and scores again without getting possession. Or if this is more just protecting his positionals. Actually, that makes more sense now. Looks like he's getting his werewolves and his flesh golems out of danger, and basically leaving these zombies to whatever happens. I mean, if Quintus gets hit, no big deal. He's a journey zombie. No one gives a shit about him. But he's got a Mighty Blow zombie that's still in danger of being hit. He's got a block zombie, 2 block zombies that potentially could be hurt. So, and of course, remember, we play 2 sets of division games here, so these players will meet again in the second half of division games. So if you can get players killed or removed on your opponent's team, especially a divisional opponent, that absolutely strengthens your hand as you try to win the division in order to earn a playoff berth into the Nuffle Challenge Series, which is, of course, the playoffs that we have here at Nuffle Be Praised, which is the 18 single elimination resurrection style tournament featuring our 6 division winners as well as a wild card team from each conference. Oh, looks like he's just gonna big boot, not even so much as a stun. Probably gonna see a blitz on Titus post-mortem from, I would imagine Mike Muir is probably gonna come in there and blitz him. Oh no, he's gonna blitz him with a little guy. Oh! Titus post-mortem is injured again, right? And it sticks this time, folks. This time it's stuck, but it's a no long term, so not a big deal there. He'll be back next week. It's the end of the game. No big deal there, but it's some SPP generation for Johnny, help him get a little bit closer to getting a potential level up. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a vanity pass. Yep, completely expected. And we'll probably see some sort of... he's already scored here. Oh, he's got 5 of 6. He's got to hand that ball off to She-Wolf so he can vanity pass next turn. What are you doing? What are you doing, Johnny?
Predictable and a little boring.
Okay.
It's the results that matter.
Maybe Joey Ramone will run backwards and then on turn 8 hand off so we can vanity pass back. That makes sense. So then he can, yep, he can get the better chance at... Okay, never mind. He's saying, come at me, bro. I might not be able to win, but damn it, I'm going to try to score a touchdown. I don't care how this goes. Yeah, he wants a touchdown, but I don't know that he's going to get one. I'd take the guaranteed SPP. Well, not guaranteed. I'd take the much more likely SPP from a pass than the SPP from a touchdown that you're probably not going to see. That's just my 2 cents. Are we going to see Black Tusk come in?
Remember, you need balls to score.
Yep, here we go.
Some defensive pressure gather. Excuse my bad man.
Oh! See, that's huge. Okay, no long-term effect, not really huge. Anyway, that could have been a lot worse. No, he doesn't have the ability to score now either. Still keeping that deep safety just in case some hilarity happens. So it's going to be the final turn for Johnny's Rottens. Just passes the turn. Just passes it. Will we see an attempt at a scoop up and vanity pass on the... Ooh, that wolf is ridiculous. That's going to be... He's going to go up again on a level. It's going to be a level 5 wolf or a level 4 wolf. It's a level 4 now, but I don't know if it changes as soon as it does or if it'll change after he levels up again. Well, thank you for watching, Frank Jr. 236. This game sucked, but I appreciate you tuning in nonetheless. Feel free to give me a follow, and you'll see a bunch more games that you'll probably think suck here at NBP, though we know that they do not. That's going to do it, folks. That's a 2-0 victory, excuse me, for the Terrible Ghouls as they defeat Johnny's Rottens. Let's take a look at the stats. 11 armor breaks to 9, pretty even there. 2 touchdowns to none, 2 passes on the Rotten side of things. 2 deaths suffered by the Terrible Ghouls. Let's go down to the statistics here. Ball possession, very even. Occupation on opponent's half, fairly even. Look at the blocks succeeded. The Rottens threw 65 blocks to the 39 blocks thrown by the Ghouls. 4 knockouts, 4 injuries, 2 kills. 2 knockouts, 5 injuries. 78 to 72 yards running, so pretty even as far as that goes. And of course, this is just a redux of the blocks sustained, 35-65 knockouts. Let's take a look at SPP generation. Ton of SPP all around. I mean, Edmund with 5. I mean, Mark and Black Tusk, just tons of SPP to go around. So we'll definitely see some level ups there. And let's take a look at that dice log. So 19 1s to 23 6s for the Rottens. 21 1s to 22 6s for the Ghouls. Pretty even. I guess you look at those dice logs, you would say that is pretty even as far as the dice goes. So hard to disagree with that. So that was a great matchup. That puts week 1 in the books, ladies and gentlemen. That is the last match we have here. Season 6, week 1. Enough will be praised. Make sure you check out nbp-pro.com. We've got our week 2 kicking off tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. We are going to have a matchup between Dark MC's Badass Women's Association taking on the Rebel Knights Chaotic Chaos Dwarf team. So I hope to see you guys all there. I am NBP, voice of MVP Stymie, and on the behalf of both coaches, Johnny Mao and Tons of Fun, as well as the rest of the league, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and remember to always praise Nuffle.